Bombs are flying, people are dying, children are crying, politicians are lying too. Cancer is killing, Texaco's billing. The whole world's gone to hell, but how are you? I'm super! Thanks for asking!
You are listening to 104.1 KQTH Tucson's News and Talk. I am the beautiful man. The sexy psychic is close at hand. Charles in charge. Taking your calls is 751-1041. This is Don't Ask, Don't Tell Tuesday, brought to you by our sponsor, Adult Expectations, putting the magic back in the wand. This is the day where we unleash the sexy sidekick DJ Boss Ross, who plays some of the baddest gay bump music in all of Tucson. Don't ask him why, because he's not telling. I'm coming. I'm coming up. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm coming. Hour 4 of the James T. Harris Show. And usually this is the time where we talk to Stephanie Dunlap. And you know what? Nothing has changed. The lovely Stephanie Dunlap is in studio. So that means it's time for the Hollywood Get Down.
Hollywood, land of how do you do's, movie stars take twos, lights, cameras, action, and where's my leading lady?
Well, she's right here, my friends, the lovely Stephanie Dunlap. She is a digital reporter for KGUN 9 on your side on Tuesdays. She comes in to give us the Hollywood Get Down. Stephanie, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I was actually just looking at my feed, and I have been doing this show since last March.
Right.
So a year and 2 months. Does it feel like that?
Has it been a year and 2 months?
A year and 2 months.
You've been doing the Hollywood Get Down? No way.
Yes. I started March 30th of 2016.
Gosh darn it, a happy anniversary.
I know. Well, I thought it was going to be May, so I was going to wish a happy anniversary to myself, and then realized I started about a month and a half ago.
Wow.
A year ago.
Wow. Well, time really just flies by when you're having fun.
I thought we were just doing the theme song, making that song up, and here we are. Who knew it would last this long?
Who knew? And now you're so relaxed and everything. We can delve in and out of politics. It's fantastic.
Well, I hope that you viewers actually enjoy taking a little breather from the politics, except that they kind of blend so much that it becomes a Hollywood political show.
It's everything. It's into everything. However, we do get a chance to get into more of what's happening on the entertainment side, and my audience does enjoy the diversion. Stephanie Dunlap.
I was just talking about you and how you are a superstar this week being on Good Morning America.
What's really, really funny, we talked about this on my show, is like if I'm going on Fox News and I'm talking on O'Reilly, or used to, he's gone now, or Sean Hannity or something like that, it's huge to my audience. But for Good Morning America, it's like a whole new audience.
Right.
And then when I was finished with my 45-second hit, first of all, one of the people is like, I will kill for just 10 seconds on Good Morning America. But one of the camera guys said, hey, man, yeah, that's 40 seconds. But you got to understand is that's 40 seconds in front of 6 million people. 6 million people.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was fun. All of that cable stuff got me ready,
Did you feel more nervous doing this or the cable stuff?
More nervous doing the cable stuff because the cable is my audience.
Right.
This is in front of people who... if they get mad at me, they don't even know how to get a hold of me.
Right.
Whereas with the cable stuff, that's my folks. Having said that, you don't want to fall flat and flop in front of on TV at any time.
Right.
So there were the nerves, just like usually right when you come in. For me, there was like a one bout of nerves,
but I knew what was going on. I was confident in it. Once they sat down and got, mic'd up and wired up, it's like, let's do this.
And I think it was during that, like maybe that second question where I could see the inner workings, like, oh, bring it on.
Yeah. Okay. See, you know me. After a year, you know me. So when he asked that, what I consider to be a politically charged question, I was saying in my mind, should I? Oh, how can you not? And I leaned into it, and boom! And that's the one, actually the second question is where people really responded to, because I put the ball right back in their court.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you. It was a fun outing. The producers of the Good Morning America show and some of the executives all chimed in. They enjoyed the segment. They enjoyed how I handled myself, and I was told that there may be other opportunities to be on.
Well, that's awesome.
Hollywood. So it was Hollywood Get Down was about me for one moment. I was over in your world in Good Morning America.
And now I say that I'm famous by association.
Well, stop that. You stop that. All right, what do we got today? What do we have, the lovely Stephanie Dunlap?
Well, of course, we learned yesterday that Kelly Ripa finally has a new co-host.
Holy cow. What took so long? We all knew it was going to be Ryan Seacrest.
Well, that's really no shocker, except that I had thrown out a lot of names over the past year because Anderson Cooper was in the mix.
That's right.
Andy Cohen, what's his name from Fred Savage, Jerry O'Connell. Jerry O'Connell's been on the show a lot lately, which threw people. They thought that he was going to be picked. But Ryan Seacrest was sort of under the radar, but he's an obvious choice.
Maybe when I said everybody knew, maybe I was wrong about that. But in retrospect now, I mean, what a great fit.
In retrospect, it's obvious.
Right.
But throughout the whole year, she's had so many people on the show. People you can tell are vying for it, really want it. And now it's like, oh, of course.
Are people happy with it?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Kelly and Ryan has a good ring to it.
Yes.
I can't believe it took a whole year for them to finally make a decision on Ryan Seacrest, but...
He's never going to go anywhere. I mean, he's going to go out like Dick Clark.
But he has his radio show in Los Angeles, so I guess they're going to be taking the whole crew probably to New York.
You can do radio from anywhere. You can do radio from anywhere.
But will they get a new crew to do the radio?
Well, I imagine the way with his thing, was it the top 40? What was he doing? Was it radio? They could get a new crew, but I imagine if he was a conscientious type of cat, he made it part of the deal,
right,
so that his team was going to be taken care of.
That's what I would assume,
right,
too.
Right. But if not, then he's just a real hatchet, dirty old bastard. He's all in for the money. He doesn't strike me like that, though.
No.
He doesn't strike me like that.
So live with Kelly and Ryan.
Okay. When does that start? Already?
Yep,
started already?
Started.
Okay.
Yesterday. Also, Netflix, Amazon Prime, a lot of new shows coming out this May. Some of those being Masters of None. Have you seen that show with Aziz Ansari? That's a comedy. It's in its second season. That comes out this May. House of Cards, season 5.
Ross was excited. He's very excited for House of Cards.
I'm super excited for it. It actually, last season was really good. It started to tinker down, but season 4 was great.
You like House of Cards?
I love House of Cards.
Then how can you not like politics? It's the same damn thing. I mean,
who said I didn't like politics?
Oh, my bad. Okay, you're just on the others. I get it now. Okay, yeah. House of Cards.
Just because I don't have to talk with politics about you because I
don't agree with me, no. Doesn't mean I don't like politics. That show is so dead on. It is so dead on. I couldn't watch it for entertainment because it's like when I'm watching. After the first season, I was like, okay, I'm out.
Well, I started saying, actually, it's a show that seems tame now. In comparison to what the political spectrum right now, it actually seems kind of tame.
After the last political season, absolutely. And
I remember Barack Obama said, oh, yeah, that show's a lot more exaggerated than my life. No, it's not. No, it's not.
No. It's funny because even as things continue to fall out, as they're continuing to do the autopsy on Hillary Clinton in the new book that was out, I think it's called Shattered. Started reading that, and you're like, oh my gosh. And yes, TV shows, that show is based off of Washington, D.C. Mm-hmm. What you're seeing is how Washington, D.C. works, and it's frightening.
Yep. So a lot of other shows, including Bloodline, Season 3, Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, Sense8, a few new shows like Anne with an E, which is rebranded Canadian Anne of Green Gables. The Mars Generation, which is a documentary about space nerds that, go to space camp. They're younger people. It's a documentary. Also, solid schedule for Netflix movies, like Marvel's Doctor Strange is coming.
Oh, really? To Netflix?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Same actor?
Well, yeah, it's the same. It's a movie.
The movie.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, those ones aren't originals. Forrest Gump is also coming. Amazon Prime's getting a lot of Oscar movies. Moonlight, Manchester by the Sea. So if you haven't checked those out, you can see those on Amazon now.
Actually, that's kind of a bold move on their part because they realize that that's where TV is going. And we talked about it before. There's a new service out where you don't have to leave home. You don't have to go to the theaters. You can just pay like $30 and watch the stuff in your home. So that whole marriage between Netflix type show, Amazon Prime, all that, and in Hollywood, big screen are coming together.
Well,
fast.
and these are 29 new original Netflix shows and movies coming just this May. 29 new ones. So they put a lot of money into their original programming.
Did you read anything about the hack of Netflix? I understand some of the new shows were hacked and released online.
I didn't
illegally.
read about that.
Yeah, they were holding Netflix, trying to get them to buy the series back. Have a ransom. Hold them for ransom. And Netflix said, "Do your thing. We ain't paying." So they had put it out anyway. I think people are kind of loyal to it, though. They're gonna go back to. They're not gonna watch a bootleg.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna go back and watch it on whatever their favorite new outlet is.
Switching gears, did you hear Michael Moore is headed to Broadway?
To do what?
He's doing a one-man show called The Terms of Surrender.
Oh, he's actually on Broadway.
It's
I thought
a one-man
he was sitting
show.
in front row taking up 3 seats.
No.
A one-man show
Yep.
called The Terms of Surrender.
Yep, to fire back at the administration.
You just one-upped me. I had no idea. We can have so much fun with that.
The tagline is, get ready for it, can a Broadway show take down a sitting president?
Delusions of grandeur. Delusions of grandeur. Michael Moore. All right. Michael Moore on Broadway. You guys he's gonna be sitting behind that desk again, or is he gonna sit on a director's chair with his big assets? Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Did you hear about Tommy Loren and the whole deal made now with the Bill O'Reilly show?
I did not.
All right. Well, yesterday, I believe it was, they agreed to a settlement. So
this is Tommy Loren and
the show,
what's
The
his
Blaze.
Face? The Blaze. That's who. Ross, who's the Blaze?
That would be Glenn Beck.
Glenn Beck and Tommy, what's her face, came to terms.
Glenn Beck. Well, they agreed to a settlement. Her attorney let her be released from her contract, and she's allowed to take her Facebook page back, which the Blaze created for her. That's why it was sort of an issue. But she has to delete every video that she's made through the Blaze. But she's not going anywhere.
That's fair enough.
Yep.
That's fair enough. I don't follow her. So I didn't understand. I saw a few of her things here and there, but she didn't spark my imagination. But now that the fight's over now. There's no more words or whatever.
She's moved on, I guess.
And did you say he had to pay a settlement or anything, or she just her intellectual property?
What was noted was just intellectual property.
That's a win.
Yep, win-win.
That's a win. That's a win more so for him. Because I think he was going to pay a contract anyway. Here's your money.
Right.
Here's your page. Take my stuff off of it. See ya. Good luck.
Yep. See you later.
All right. We got the lovely Stephanie Dunlap in studio, my friends. Man, we dipped over into the political side. I dipped over into the Hollywood side. This is the amalgamation, just all in it together. More of that coming up next. You're listening to Wonderful One KQTH. 104.1 KQTH and Curtis Plumbing recognizes and salutes Crisis Intervention Officer Isela Welding from the Tucson Police Department as May's First Responder of the Month. Nominated First Responder you know at 1041KQTH.com. We have the lovely Stephanie Dunlap in studio, and somebody from the Facebook page asked if you, Stephanie, watch some, what is it, Married at First Sight?
Married at First Sight, yes.
Married at First Sight.
Yes, I was actually
look
watching
at
this.
Look at her. She gets all, look, she's animated. Her face just lit up. What?
Because this is the craziest show I
Okay.
think I've ever seen. It's like, okay, they take a bunch of people, they find perfect matches and make them get married without ever meeting each other first.
That's what they do in India all the time.
Yes, well, they do this on this reality show and have 8 weeks to decide if they want to get a divorce or not. But they get married without ever meeting each other. These people pair up matches. Thousands of people apply. There's like 3 people that are now have gotten married without meeting each other. It's the most insane thing.
No, wait a minute. This is in America they're doing this?
Yes.
So they have like a making service, figure out who would be good for each other.
Right.
And then these people just get married. Just
And
show
they
up
say,
and
you
get
have a
married.
match. And they get really excited. And their families are sitting in the altars, like meeting each other for the first time. The groom walks down the aisle, meeting the other family's parents and everything for the first time. It's so bizarre. I think it's on TLC, I believe.
And so how many people have been married so far?
Well, this season, there's 3 couples. So they go through now the 8 weeks to see if they're going to stay together or divorce.
Are these pretty people? I mean, do they are they?
Oh, yeah, they're great couples, but I mean, part of me feels you have to be a little weird to decide you're
Well,
going to get married without meeting the person first. But
Well, are they kind of are they attractive? And then they just have problems meeting people, so they went to the service?
right,
or-
right. Why not Match.com or something? Like,
Yeah. Like I said, this is something in India. I was actually on a train with a young man who was going to meet his wife for the first time. The parents had arranged the whole thing. He was coming over from Chicago, and they're going to get married, and he's going to bring her back over to the United States. But I'm like, and I actually, was making a joke like, who does that? He goes, well, in America, you guys, you get married when you know each other and you end up getting divorced. In India, we let the water, we put the it all together and let the water simmer to a boil. In America, you guys get married boiling hot, and then you spend the rest of your life cooling off. What can I say? Okay, different strokes.
crazy show. I actually started DVRing it because I was like, I got to see the rest of this.
Right, so now you're hooked.
I'm a little hooked on that. Yeah, check it out. I think it's TLC.
TLC.
If it wasn't clear before, people will do anything to get on TV.
Well,
True.
Ross, was this anything to get on TV, or was this anything to find a mate?
That is desperation on an extreme level.
Okay.
I would agree.
Okay.
I would agree.
So you're saying, Ross, you wouldn't go on that show?
Absolutely not.
I don't know.
Ross, would you go on The Bachelor?
Absolutely not.
Would you go on Wife Swap?
Absolutely not.
Survivor?
Absolutely not.
Well.
Fear Factor.
Fear Factor?
No. No.
The dating game?
No.
Wow. You just like to watch these things. Actually, you don't.
Actually, I don't watch these
do you?
things.
All right, there it is. That's just. I would go on Wipes. Did I tell you that I was a candidate? Yeah, I did
Yes.
tell you that. My
Yes,
wife wasn't having that. No. All right.
You should have went on.
That's what. No.
Even larger following.
Well, yeah. Yeah, crossing back over into that. Yeah, I don't know if that would have worked out too well.
I
She would have
don't
been
know.
miserable. I would have been happy. I would have probably been really, really happy, and she would have been miserable. And I would have come back telling how great it was, and she would, we'd get a divorce. No, it's not worth it. What else you got there?
Well, if you thought that Ben Affleck and Jennifer Aniston, or not Jennifer Aniston, Jennifer Garner, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner were going to stay together, that is not going to happen. They've been separated for the last 2 years, but
That's terrible.
they've seen moving trucks at the house
Oh, that's
collecting
terrible.
his stuff. So he will be, most likely, if they are correct, moving to another place.
That is terrible.
So
Well, maybe now that he's free or whatever, the Batman movies will get better.
Ross is shaking his head no.
Ross says you're not going to see Batman as long as he's.
Anything with Ben Affleck is no.
That's correct.
It's a no.
Other news, you saw obviously probably the Jimmy Kimmel thing with his baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
touching.
Yes. And that goes into
Baby had open heart surgery, days old, I believe.
yes, and had a 3-hour procedure the day it was the baby was born, and
That's hard.
yeah, and it was a 13-minute monologue, very very touching. No matter where you stand on the political aisle,
yeah.
very touching.
Right.
The last, I think it's 2 minutes of his 13-minute monologue is where he goes a little political. I'm sure you heard about that. The obviously he says Trump proposed a $6 billion cut, and he praised Obamacare because he said if you had pre-existing conditions that you wouldn't have.
Okay.
Do you have any thoughts?
Well, see, the whole thing about Jimmy Kimmel in that speech is Jimmy Kimmel, was he speaking on behalf of people who didn't have this? Because he has the money and he would have the resources
Right.
to take care of that.
Right.
Now, the problem here with and the people from Jimmy Kimmel's ilk don't understand is even if they didn't, no hospital's going to turn anybody away. They didn't. It passed. So this is a whole canard that, if I didn't have the Obamacare or whatever, then I would not have, my child would have died. That's a bunch of bull. It's not true. And so what I disliked about Kimmel's monologue, it was 90% of it was from the heart, but then he had to go political. He chose to go political, and he did not have to in that situation.
That's Hollywood.
That's Hollywood. Now, you heard about the Jimmy, who's that? Is that Colbert? Colbert. Did you hear about his little outbreak?
I did not.
Oh, well, I won't be able to tell you now because we're out of time, girl. But, I'll tell you during the break. His, I believe, was far worse and has generated a lot of controversy because he used a homophobic slur against Donald Trump. Ladies and gentlemen, her name is Stephanie Dunlap. She's lovely. This was the Hollywood Get Down. You're listening to 104.1 KQTH.
Remember when we felt the sun, a love like
You are listening to 104.1 KQTH. Tucson's News and Talk. This is one of my favorite dance bands of the 1980s, Ross. The B-52s. Oh my goodness. I was dancing to this 30 years ago, Ross. You two, Charles in Charge? 30 years ago. Still jamming. Yeah, we are old. Yes, we are. Vice President Mike Pence went on a national radio talk show today. One of the big ones. Huge. And got called out by the host. He's like, we sent you there to drain the swamp, man. What are you doing? Vice President Pence was talking about bipartisanship, reaching across the aisle, getting things done together. It made me nauseous. Makes me nauseous. And we played Paul Ryan to the consternation of our listening audience. They didn't want to hear him. They didn't want to hear it. No, people just don't want to hear it, do they? They just don't want to hear it. We've heard it all. We've heard it. We've heard this song dance before. We don't want to see it. We have no tolerance, no patience. And what was in the news just a few minutes ago, the repeal or replace care is in trouble. This time, not because of the Freedom Caucus, but the moderates. I don't know if I can abide by this bill. There's people here. There's those. Okay. Maybe Trump had it right before. Just let the whole baby crash and burn. Let it crash and burn. But yeah, there's going to be people who are going to be hurt by that. I just, this whole thing is just, both parties are absolutely in trouble. Open up the phone lines. 520-751-1041 is the telephone number. The latest from Fox News is that Sean Hannity could be next. We had the, who was the guy, what's his name, Day, left yesterday. Let me see here. No, it's Shine. I think his name was Shine. First it came for, it's Shine. First it came for Roger Ailes, then Bill O'Reilly, then Bill Shine, and then Sean Hannity started to get antsy because he didn't have any more friends to eat lunch with. Who wrote this? This is Fox News. Oh, no, it's Daily Beast. The Daily Beast is reporting that Hannity is looking to leave, not because of any lawsuit or scandal, but because Fox just isn't the same without Shine. Much like how, right. Yeah, this is a hit piece. Initially, insiders said Hannity's army of lawyers had hoped to discuss with Fox ways of protecting his 8-year primetime show amid fears that the Murdoch boys, fresh from ousting Bill O'Reilly, were looking to push the network away from hard right politics. Hard right politics is going on. However, the Shine departure on Monday, one source told the Daily Beast there's no reason for Hannity to stay. The network now belongs to the Murdoch sons. Another Fox insider said after learning that Shine was gone. One insider speculates that the negotiations could end this week and Hannity might be out by Friday. Another said his final show could even be tonight or Tuesday night, given Shine's Monday resignation. Fox News is reportedly vigorously denying the story, calling it completely untrue. Hannity, the square block of dull cheddar himself, has been tweeting as enthusiastically as his. I don't want to read this. This is hate stuff. But the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because I told you this last week, didn't I? I think I did, didn't I, Ross? And now with the new Fox lineup, we were looking at this. What's that one show called? The Fox News Specialist and all that kind of stuff. I'm wondering, for you regular Fox watchers, have you noticed a diminish? Have you noticed that things have been quickly eroding at Fox News? 520-751-1041 is the telephone number. Now, I have to admit that I do watch more television than I usually do, and when I do, it's Tucker Carlson. I watch segments of his show, but I don't watch the whole Fox lineup, and I haven't in years.
Don't rewatch this segment with Trey Gowdy. His hair is annoying.
Oh, my dear Lord.
It seriously looks like he's got like one of those like mohawks, but it's got like length.
Well, he's
It's
got
weird.
a mohawk on top of the sides of his head are shaven clean almost.
It's basically like the hipster mohawk, essentially.
He looks like a cage fighter.
That's actually a really good
He
analogy.
does. He looks like a...
Anyway, don't watch this segment because the hair and everything about him will bother you. So
520-751-1041 is the telephone number. What do you think about what's going on at Fox? Do you have an opinion about what's going on at Fox News?
well, if they keep having Joe Namath and Karl Rove on,
Okay, now see, that was an indication right there. That was something. That was something that was really disturbing. Ross started laughing. I looked over my shoulder, and there was Joe Namath talking about the border wall. Yeah.
he guarantees it.
And then on the other end of the table was Karl Rove. So this is supposed to be what? See, this is that mesh. See, didn't ESPN get in trouble for this? ESPN trying to talk politics.
No, they got in trouble for just reporting scores and highlights. They want in-depth,
Actually,
shows.
They got in real trouble when they gave Bruce Lingender the Profile and Courage Award, the Arthur Ashe Profile and Courage Award. Then they because the year before they give it to Michael Sam. See, ESPN got in trouble because they went all Tuesday. They were Tuesday on a Wednesday.
Let's see here. Yes, Michael Sam won it in 2014,
Yeah.
and Caitlyn Jenner, or Bruce Lingender, as she is called on the show, is 2015.
They went full tired. You should never go full tired. You just shouldn't. Paris from the great state of California. Welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
How you guys doing?
Fantastic.
Good. Great to hear it. I wanted to comment on the Fox News. I was listening to you, of course, Fox News was going down. You watch, and boom, boom, boom. It did.
See? You didn't believe me when I said it, did you?
Yeah, I didn't think it would happen that fast.
Right.
But I didn't hear you mention, or I don't know if you're aware, that Bill O'Reilly might be starting another TV show.
Well, see, now I heard there are a bunch of rich fat cat conservatives that are pooling their resources to get another cable station and team up with some other cable outlets. And yes, they're talking about putting the band back together, Paris.
They are.
Yes, they are.
Excited. I went ahead and signed on to his podcast, and I heard it from his mouth last night.
You know what? And here's the thing, this is partly what our own Steve Spain was saying, that there is, if Bill O'Reilly wanted to get into like a social media type thing, television, it would be a very powerful thing, and other conservatives would be able to jump on board, and it would be a 24/7. They would have enough to have a 24/7 cable social media thing. I don't think this is that, because they're tied to the allure, the power of television. But I do believe that if they brought back an O'Reilly, and if the Sean Hannity leaves Fox and goes over there, and you pick up a Tommy, what's their girl name? Tommy Loren, and some other folks, folks like me, it could be a very powerful network.
Wouldn't that be great?
That would be awesome. Especially, did you catch the me part?
Following. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
It wouldn't be the same without you.
Thank you.
Also, I wanted to add to your losses of Hillary.
Oh, yes, please.
Something that I had so much fun with, it almost felt as good as the tax situation with Maddow. Or the election win.
Right.
When they lost the recount.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Remember all that money they put in and all that time into the recount?
You're absolutely. I should have counted that as part of the 100 days of the first 100 days of the Democrats. They did have that ridiculous recount, and it stretched it out. and they found out that they lost even worse in Wisconsin and Michigan.
So that's well, I thought it was the Hillary election. Wasn't that part of hers?
They tried to do a recount in the blue wall states for Hillary Clinton,
right.
and she ended up losing even more votes. Yeah.
Yes, so lost three
Yeah.
times.
It's excellent.
So much.
It is outstanding. Paris, thank you very much for calling in today.
Have a great night. Talk to you guys soon.
Absolutely. Call anytime. Yeah, Bill O'Reilly talking about what? Bill O'Reilly, yeah. He's talking about what? All right. You want me to wrap this up? Okay, let me get to Peggy. Peggy, welcome to 104.1 KQTH.
Well, good afternoon. Good that I'm able to get on the radio today.
Thank you very much for calling in.
All right, so we're talking about the Bill O'Reilly. This is what my take is on it.
All right.
They have that. They have the 5-5, whatever,
Yep.
right when I walk in the door from getting home from work. And they've been just throwing in a little bit of left-wingers with all the right-wingers.
Uh-huh.
And I think that show will probably dip a little bit in the ratings. They need a stronghold and get Bill back. We need to have a rally,
Oh, you mean
Bill.
to get Bill back at Fox News?
Yeah.
That's not going to happen, Peggy. Peggy, have you been keeping up with my analysis on Fox News? Because it's been pretty downright brilliant.
Well, with the two brothers taking over the regime,
Yeah.
I didn't get all that.
Oh yeah, so let me give you the short end here. The two brothers the Murdoch brothers do not care about politics. They do not care about ideology. They care about their appearances. They are ashamed of the fact that O'Reilly and Fox News are on the front pages of the New York Times. They are I'm sorry, I got that wrong. They're ideologues. They care about their ideology more than they care about money. So they're going to remake Fox News, and they're going to deconservative it, and they don't care what it costs.
Well, then we need to relook and reapproach and get something out there so that people like us.
It's in the works. I'm hearing at least one or two projects that are in the works, and I think that immediately people will flock to that and leave Fox News in the dust. That's what I think.
Well, I got to say, I appreciate you keeping us up to date, and you deliver a great afternoon show, so keep it up.
Peggy, thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right. You are listening to 104.1 KQTH, Tucson's News and Talk.
Make him understand. Tell him his game is over. And then when you cry, I'll be your shoulder.
Brawl breaks out at Macon Baptist Church. Fists is flying. Ross is like, what are you listening to? What you watching? I'm watching a fight. Where? At the church. The Greater Bellevue Baptist Church Macon Monday night, after a disagreement about the pastor's future, escalated into a full-on brawl. Weave on the floor, fist weaves, hair pulled out, people cussing. It's a shame. It's the culture, stupid. It's the culture. And then you hear what Steve Colbert just had a homophobic slur about the president of the United States. This is too much anger. Too much anger on the left side of the aisle. Y'all need to chill. You need to get over it. We won. We're going to work ourselves out. Once we get our stuff worked out, we're going to roll you. Once we get it worked out. Tomorrow, 2 o'clock. Next up, Joe Pags.
The dreams that you dream of, dream